Hey everyone, hope you all are doing great and keeping safe. I hope I'm perfectly audible to each and every one of you. Just in case if I'm stuck somewhere due to some screen freeze or something, please ignore that. My audio will be perfectly clear in that case as well. So here we are. I'm definitely very happy to be here and speaking at DevilCon. This is my second DevilCon as a speaker, and thanks a lot for joining in today for my session. Really appreciate that. And as you can see on the screen itself, the title reads as DevRel, a key role at hackathons. So let us talk about some general aspects first. So developer relations is a broader terminology when we talk about it in very general. But with time, it is becoming one of the most important roles, I say, for community and product-led companies or startups, be it. And it is crucial for any company to build a loyal and potentially long-term user base that can indeed help them in various ways, or maybe indeed help various teams of a company, including engineering, product, marketing, and many more out there. So in this talk, I'll be helping you understand how DevRel can play a key role for your company at hackathons. And I'll also be showing my hackathon journey so far, and I hope this would be something interesting to you. So before we start, I would definitely appreciate if you all would be active on Discord in the Talks in Progress channel, and even ask your questions in the speaker question channel so that I can answer those questions after my talk in the very end. And I want to keep it as interactive as possible. So make sure to do that and feel free to let us know who you are, where are you joining us from, and anything else as well. Perfect. So first of all, let me give you all the general background. So myself, Siddharth Dayalwal, I'm a student from India pursuing computer science and engineering. Now here's the thing. Until last week, I was an aspiring DevRel and community manager. But now, as you can see, yes, I'm an incoming DevRel engineer, and I'm super happy to share this with every one of you joining me today. Apart from that, I'm a GitHub campus expert. Now, campus experts are student leaders that strive to build diverse and inclusive spaces to learn new skills, share their experiences, and build some amazing, awesome projects in a very collaborative manner. And I'm also part of the first ever class of DigitalOcean's Navigator program, where I'm contributing in areas like content and community. Apart from all of this, I'm also the founding organizer of my very own hackathon named Hack This Fall. I have been contributing actively to communities and helping community members for over 3 years now, and interacting with people, creating opportunities and content is what I do on a daily basis. I am a hackathon enthusiast and evangelist and have been part of 80 plus hackathons so far. I'm a strong community advocate and definitely enjoy managing them along with an interest of public speaking and developer relations for sure. I am at the rate Siddharth underscore hacks on Twitter and Instagram. So feel free to connect with me over there and take screenshots while I'm talking so that you can share your learnings on social media. You can tag me, you can tag DevilCon. This way you can add value amongst your networks and amongst the people who follow you. Well, that was pretty much about me. Now let us jump onto the main topic. Let's start with very basic. Let's start with dividing the DevRel role at hackathons, because if we talk about just DevRel role at hackathons, this will be much more general. Or maybe we can try dividing the roles and talk bit by bit. What do you think? That would be the perfect way. So here's the thing. From my understanding and experiences, I have divided the role into three groups, starting from the organization role, second would be the community role, third would be the personal role. Now, here's the thing. I'll be diving deep into each one of them and briefly talking about how an individual role is making an impact. Also, if you think there can be another role apart from these, feel free to let us know. We'd be more than happy to know more about it. Let us start with understanding the organization role. And throughout these slides of mine, you'll find me making some appearances in different images. So you can try keeping a count on it as well. Now, when I say DevRel, a role at hackathons from organization perspective, now you can come up with various answers to justify this statement of mine, and this can definitely vary from different companies, startups, foundations, etc. In simple words, organization role is where DevRel focuses on the ways with which the organization can be benefited. Let us understand first role with a list of parameters. Over here at hackathons, a DevRel creates content in multiple ways. It can be like talks, guides, tutorials, starter kits, documentation, videos, and so on and so forth. DevRel also helps identify the product cycle and allows to understand if the product is market fit by identifying the target customer, serving them maybe with a product, and understanding the customer's needs as well. At hackathons, DevRel helps to increase adoption, with which I mean that it allows an organization to track metrics, understand the developer mindset, and most importantly, build the developer journey. Next comes the research and observation. Now, this is also a key aspect if because it allows gathering more reliable insights, and it also allows us to understand how the developers or be it hackers, when we talk about hackathon, responds to a certain thing or maybe any initiative which your organization has come up with. More or less, it also gives you an extra edge to see things from a user's eye, and that is like awesome. Now, next up, hackathons allow DevRel to capture feedback, and most of you watching are already aware of how important it is to complete the feedback loop coming from the users and just distribute it to the internal teams like the product team, engineering team, and so on respectively. Drive R&D and engagement is the next thing, of course, which a DevRel does. This allows an organization to not just check the product market fit, but also allows to identify the needs, from the community or innovate on existing ideas which we already have, and also come up with some new features or requests or altogether a new product. You never know. Again, if you think I missed anything which comes under the organization role of a DevRel, feel free to let us know. Discord is there. You have social media. Feel free to tag us and let us know what are your views. Awesome. So let us now jump on to the another group, which is community role. Now, by the way, you can find me in this picture holding the red GitHub Campus Expert flag in the middle over here. And this is a picture from one of the in-person hackathons I was part of back in 2019. I definitely miss all of those in-person events, and I'm sure you all are missing them as well. Don't worry, we all will super soon be meeting at some in-person hackathons and your events someday. Let's hope for the best. But moving on, understanding DevRel as a role at hackathons from a community perspective, it is as important as with the organization. Now, also, this is more related to the interaction a DevRel does with the community, and in a way, it benefits the organization. Now, when I say community, it means everything right from community members, developers, startup founders, colleges, universities, campus clubs, and anyone whom you can find at a hackathon. So let us understand this second role with a list of different parameters once again. To start with very basic and very key terminologies over here, let's start with developer enablement. So the content which we as a DevRel created under the first group of role will allow us to help developers by sharing the resources, transferring the knowledge, removing the roadblocks, increasing productivity, and much more. So together, if I need to summarize all of this thing, it all starts with educating the community or developer or whatever your user are, right? Next up is increasing the acquisition. Now, earlier we talked about adoption in the first group, where we help community to start using the product. Whereas while we talk about acquisition, it is more regarding bringing people to your website or maybe joining the communication platform like Slack or Discord, increasing the visitors, and any other acquisition parameter which you have set up for yourself. So while the acquisition is about getting those visitors, adoption is all about turning those visitors into users. Next up is bridging the gap between company and community. Now, here's the thing. DevRel does a lot of this work on a daily basis, by simple means like interacting with people, which I'm doing in a way with you all people right now, communicating on different subjects, exchanging thoughts, asking questions, and in much more meaningful ways it can happen. This also allows the community to understand the perspective of the company and vice versa, of course, which allows the company and the community to understand the goals and lead to a more productive and efficient journey, which is like quite evident when we do the same thing. And as a DevRel, we get an opportunity to build and work on community programs. One of my favorite parts, because there we can involve the advocates of the product, advocates of a particular technology, or maybe community as a whole. A few of the community programs which I personally look up to are like One Age Voyagers, Twilio Champions, Postman Supernovas, GitHub's community program. There are a lot of programs which GitHub supports, Auto Ambassador program, Digital Oceans Navigator program, which I'm part of, and many more altogether. So, not to forget, hackathons are a cool place to grow your team. Now, developer onboarding is one of those areas where we could, hire potential people from the community who just demonstrates their interest in the product and are very genuine to work and improvise it. And at the same time, they look forward to seek opportunities in much more ways. And developer support, there's always an opportunity for a developer to go ahead at a hackathon, support developers, solve their queries, see if they are stuck somewhere, help them in the process of maybe building a project or working on a startup or something else altogether. Last would be definitely creating a bond with communities altogether, be it developers, be it students, or anyone else as well. So these are like few of the parameters, which is quite important if we talk about DevRel as a role at hackathons with community perspective. Perfect. Last but not the least, let us talk about the third group, which is personal role. Now, it goes without saying that, this would be more of a personal level for any DevRel out there, attending a hackathon. And again, a cool picture of me speaking to a bunch of folks at an in-person event. I so very much miss all of those things. But moving on. Now, a DevRel individual is an individual. Are you getting my point? And with that, definitely comes a personal touch here as well. So let us understand DevRel as a role at hackathons from a personal perspective, which you might, relate with yourselves on day-to-day basis as well. And talking about me, I personally love the DevRel space as it gives me an opportunity to learn every day, interact with as many as people as I want on a daily basis. I could I have that, capabilities of creating opportunities for folks in my community with people I talk on daily basis. And I get to wear different hats, build relationships, and whatnot. And also, learning should never stop. Whatever you are doing as a DevRel at a company, always care enough about yourself and seek opportunities or situation where you could learn, get the benefit, and become a better version of yourself. And with that, let us understand the third role with a list of, again, quite a few parameters which I've listed. To start with, being open to learn, build, and share will open doors of opportunities. And coming from my experience, I definitely can't express enough about these aspects, which have personally helped me a lot in multiple ways. So also when I talk about collaboration, it is such a strong aspect that can help you enhance your growth and just lead you somewhere where you won't even imagine. If I go with the definition of a collaboration, it is a kind of a process of two or more people or entities or be it organizations working together to maybe complete a particular task or achieve a common goal. So and hackathons, you get to collaborate in teams. You have an option for pair programming. Be a part of mentor connect sessions, talk about future potential partnerships, and all in all, you get to be part of a hacker community in the long run. Which is just awesome. So and even if this was not enough, on top of it, hackathons allows us to make new friends, So friends with whom we can share our knowledge, discuss common interests, learn from them at the same time. It definitely feels so good to have people who understand you more than yourself, with whom you can have, meaningful conversations. And we get to network with amazing folks across the globe and make valuable connections. And these are the connections not just for the day of the event, but for the rest of our lives, which is like not at all measurable with any metrics out there, because these are like true values. Now, being at a hackathon also means an opportunity to meet so many people from different organizations, people like yourself, DevRels, marketers, engineers, and various other like-minded roles. You get to build relationships with the organizers and sponsors, be it just to start the connection on a good note or for a potential collaboration in the future. And Hackathon also serves as an opportunity for various kinds of people to just foster their relationships and social and interpersonal skills. And it all happens while engaging in something you have a shared and genuine interest in. It allows you to choose how would you conduct yourself. So people from different backgrounds gather at a single place to to learn, to collaborate and grow. Moving on, lastly, I would quickly share my hackathon experience and journey with you all. Now, it all started way back in February 2019, and when I attended my very first hackathon as a hacker. Coming from a background knowing nothing about hackathons, my team ended up winning the very first hackathon. And I was like super amazed by that thing. After I experienced the environment and the hackathon culture altogether, I never looked back. I started attending various hackathons at different places and also won a few out of them. So far, I attended 10 plus hackathons as a hacker. Later in 2020, I thought of let's give back to the community, let's give back to the hacker community, and wanted to teach hackers and share my experience. And I started mentoring and speaking at different hackathons. And so far, I have been able to mentor in 25 plus hackathons and speaker in around 35 plus hackathons. I even organized a few hackathons to help hackers solve the shared problems of our society or the shared struggles of our society and give them the opportunity they can grow with. Hack This Fall is one of them, being my very own hackathon, which recently got concluded last month in the month of October. It impacted 4,000 plus hackers, joining in from 55 plus different countries. And all in all, I even represented the companies I've worked with in the past at different hackathons and managed things like, sponsorships, resources, logistics, content, and much more. On that note, I would like to thank each and every one of you for attending my talk and being with me so far. Thanks for being a wonderful audience. Really appreciate that. Also, a huge shout out to the entire DevRelCon team over here, putting these amazing conferences together and helping spread experiences from spaces like DevRel, communities, hackathons, and whatnot. So, definitely kudos to you folks. And I'd love to connect with you people on social media. So, do not hesitate to find me online on my mentioned platforms. And yes, thanks once again.